All right, welcome back, guys. Again, Lightning 212. Thing's got a lot of features, means a lot of videos. So today we're going to go over the stick side. Of course, we'll run some 7018. Then there's always the age-old question, will it run 6010? It's meant for mobile guys. Of course, it's going to run 6010. So we'll run some 332nd 7018 and some 1/8 inch 6010. We're going to get an arc shot, show you whipping that 6010 really hard, which is what everybody always ask about. So let's get started. Obviously, the stick side is pretty simple. There's not a whole lot to explain. It's DC. It's electrode positive. Not a whole lot of settings to look at. Let's get over to the machine. We'll show you what we're running, and then we'll get right to running some beads. All right, so we're already set up on the 240 volt stick DC manual mode. Of course, there is power set. I'm not going to use it today. I'm not a well-seasoned stick welder, but I can get around a stick rod. So we're going to have our remote off. So this will run a remote, kind of like the Typhoon and some of the other machines where you can run a foot pedal and adjust your amperage as you're going along. This does have that option. We're not going to use it today. We're running 7018, so we're on 7018 rod type. Running 35% arc force, 50% hot start at a half second with our VRD off. So we do have the voltage reduction on here. So if you are working in close quarters, a wet environment, you can turn that VRD off, or you can have it off, or you can turn it on. On, it'll reduce your open voltage, and that'll keep you from getting shocked. So it is a little bit of a safety feature for in tight quarters or if you're in a wet environment. But 332nd, 7018. We've got some 3/16 steel here in the center, so 80 amps is going to be pretty good. Nothing real fancy here. Let's go ahead, put a stick in the stinger, and let's get running. And this is some old rod. I probably had this just in this plastic case for going on. I don't stick weld much, so going about 2 years now. This has been sitting out, so this is about worst case scenario as far as this rod lighting up and running decent. But I'd rather show you worst case than show you absolute best case. So here we go. Oh, of course I got to stick it. There we go. Like you know what you're doing, Jesse. But yeah, nice stable arc. Even if I whip and come in, jam the rod down in it. That little bit of arc force helps us stay lit. Again, I'm not the most seasoned stick welder, so excuse me a little bit. I messed up a little bit on that start. Didn't like that. I stuck it. Let me get another one. We'll do a real quick restart just to show you that was 100% me, and then we'll show you how to switch it over to 6010. We'll run a 6010 pass real quick now that I'm warmed up. Yeah, I told you I was just rusty. So it was me. So 7018, obviously, I mean, a car battery and a couple leads can run 7018. 6010, that's where we get into, especially with inverters, usually gives inverters problems. So let's go over, I'll show you how to set it to 6010. We're not gonna make really any adjustment because for our 1/8 inch 6010, this will be pretty good. So let's go to the machine real quick. So we've got our 80 amps. We're gonna hit our down arrow. We're gonna come down over to 7018. We're gonna go to 6010 and we're ready to run. It's that simple. So we'll grab us a little old Bob Moffett. Yep, that's 6010 all right. So now let's make us a little 60-10 run. I'm going to throw a pretty hard whip in it just to show you guys this thing is super stable with this rod. So you can see I can get a real nice long arc. It's not cutting out at all. Super long arc. So you see we can long arc that thing. What was that? Almost that was over 3/16, almost a full 1/4 inch before it finally cuts out. So we can get a real nice long arc if you guys like to really aggressively whip that 60-10. Right back up. So there we go. Does it run 60-10? Runs 60-10 really well, even better than some of our other TIG machines. So it runs 60-10 extremely well. That was one thing we really focused on with this machine, knowing that we were marketing it and building it for guys that do a lot of mobile work. 60-10 performance was paramount. So runs 60-10 extremely well. Really good stick machine. We've seen that it's a really good MIG machine. Of course, it's an awesome TIG machine with that 5 amp minimum amperage. So, like I said, say it again, it's like the 4th time now. If you guys are looking for a good mobile machine, you want a full multi-process, something that's easy to carry around, it's portable. You can basically show up with a bottle of argon and maybe a C25 or a C10, and you can run anything that you come across. Give the Lightning 212 a look. I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next week.